back. My buddy Lance is here. Life has a crazy way of continually teaching us that the best way to face every day is to expect, Lance, the unexpected.
That's right, Owen. When doctors told Gary Hughes that he had Parkinson's disease at the age of 45, it rocked him to the core. But Gary had a choice to make. He could curl up in a corner or he could face it head on.
Started with my right thumb, just had a little twinge to it, just, you know, and then I would kind of try to hide it by scratching my thumbnail type thing.
That was more than 15 years ago when Gary Hughes' life and his drawing hobby were beginning to be severely altered. Gary met with a physician.
He told me, well, he said, I think it's Parkinson's disease. I go, okay. This is the hand that was dealt me. Now what?
Gary is the type of guy that doesn't easily give up.
We don't just fold our tent and go home. We make the best of it.
This 1971 graduate of Lincoln High School learned to draw with his left hand when his dominant right hand was trembling too much to hold a pencil.
If something quits on you, find another way to do it.
For more than a decade, Gary relied on a very strong support system as he dealt with the effects of Parkinson's.
My family, people from my church, from all across the country praying for me. You can't go wrong with that.
Two of Gary's longtime co-workers were by his side every step of the way.
He kept a positive attitude on everything that he did.
Joe Velasquez and Al Hansen were impressed with Gary's perseverance.
This guy's got a heart like you can't believe. When you talk about loving other people, he loved those people at that diesel shop, and it was a mission field for him.
3 years ago, Gary learned of an option to treat his Parkinson's.
I went up to Omaha to a doctor up in Omaha. They did deep brain stimulation, and my hand went from this to that.
Gary still has Parkinson's, but the deep brain stimulation stopped the shaking and allowed him to resume his lifelong love of drawing, sometimes even tackling the most difficult of subjects.
And hopefully that looks enough like you that puts a smile on your face.
Gary worked in the safety department at Burlington Northern Santa Fe, and he made a career out of caring for his fellow employees and helping to make them successful.
Being successful meant going home to the ones they cared about and the ones that cared about them every day.
Someone else should see it too.
Gary's mother, Miriam, has always been a fan of both her son's artwork and his positive outlook on life.
Just because something happens to you that you can't control, don't give up, just keep trying. And I think that's what Gary's done.
Indeed, he has. To me, Gary's story is an excellent reminder that we are all just one phone call from our knees. And I came away from my time with Gary inspired to view life just like he does. No matter the hand we are dealt, we've got to just go forward, and we have got to find a way to handle it.
You really have no choice. I love Gary's story. Great artist, by the way. We all have our down days, the days you don't feel like getting out of bed. You feel like the world's against you. And sometimes you don't have a friend in the world, right? You feel like you're deserted, but you always come back to, well, you know, there's no choice.
Yeah.
You just get up and go, and he personifies that, obviously.
Absolutely. Just like his friends there from the Burlington Santa Fe, Gary is the kind of guy that inspires others on a daily basis, and it was a pleasure for me to meet you, Gary. Thank you very much.
Well done. Stick around. Ken will update your forecast next.